Mortal Kombat 2 has been officially greenlit. Are you excited? Am I excited? I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan. Like, the first video game I've ever played was Mortal Kombat on the Super Nintendo. So, I've played all the other games leading up to the up until now. I've played all the games. So, when the last Mortal Kombat movie came out, I was super disappointed because they hired an unknown director. They only spent 25 million to make it. I had a lot of promise. There was a lot of scenes that I liked regarding Sub-Zero and Scorpion. The cinematography was really on point with those scenes. And then other scenes were just obviously sets and the color grading was off. Just super nitpicky like details movie fans will point out. It was just obvious it was not well put together. And people will throw the pandemic in there, like, oh, well, it was during the pandemic. There's a lot of movies made during the pandemic that were awesome. So, Mortal Kombat came out and it had mixed reviews. The general audience liked it. The main core audience hated it because they introduced a new character, Cole Young. Blah blah blah. All how that turned out. Long story short, they are bringing back the original director, Simon McQuaid, and they're getting a new writer. Jeremy Slater is now writing this. Jeremy Slater wrote Fantastic Four 2015. He wrote Death Note movie 2017, and then he wrote some Moon Knight episodes, which isn't bad. I don't want to judge a writer off of his old material or his new material. Just, I really hope he takes the time and studies the lore and treats the Mortal Kombat universe with the respect it deserves. Warner Brothers has me. This is a new phase for Warner Brothers. They got bought out by Discovery. There's a new team at the head of Discovery Warner. They merged or whatever. So Warner Brothers is known for putting out quality material. The Lord of the Rings trilogy came out, was it like 2001 or whatever? Those films are quality. They filmed them back to back. Color grade is sick. Story was sick. Vast universe. In 3 movies, mind you. So they set that standard for themselves way back in 2001. So, and why do I bring up Lord of the Rings? Because Mortal Kombat, argue with me or not, has the ability to have movies like Lord of the Rings. Movies that expand the universe. They go into the lore and the character development. Liu Kang, Kung Lao, just all the main characters. There's a lot there. It's all there. Just like Resident Evil movies and how they flop and get it wrong so much, and I'll go into that later. It's all there for you to do. Just put it on the screen. Hire a good cinematographer. Hire a good director. Hire a writer that knows the material. But no, they want to put random main characters in there that they know nobody's going to care about. And I think they can manipulate us into loving Cole Young for some reason. So I'm going to be slightly optimistic for Mortal Kombat 2 because I am, when it comes down to it, a Mortal Kombat fan. I'm gonna watch it regardless. I just hope the quality is vastly better. Now, the last movie was 25 million to make, and they basically doubled it. I think they earned like 84 million or something, which is pretty low. Granted, it was on HBO Max at the same time that it was in theaters. So hopefully they give them a little bit more budget. Maybe they double the budget, $50 million. I think Mortal Kombat deserves it. The realms are vast. the characters are Game of Thrones type characters. You know, it's just it's all there, and that's why it's upsetting when they get it wrong. Especially when they waited so long to get a Mortal Kombat movie out. They've been taking their time with Mortal Kombat as a brand, and it's just really disappointing to see them making the most novice mistakes: lighting, set design, visual effects. It was just disappointing. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about Mortal Kombat 2? What do you guys think about the original director coming back and this new writer, Jeremy Slater, coming on to write it? I hope they lean into Liu Kang and Raiden more. And just, if anything, dude, they have to have some atmosphere. There was atmosphere in the original Mortal Kombat film, and that came out in '95. The set design was awesome. They had built sets. They obviously some of the CGI doesn't hold up, but they used it very minimal. It was very minimal in that film. It was very grounded, and then they tried to go big with Mortal Kombat, the second one, Annihilation. They had too big of ideas, and they didn't put the money into it, and you can tell. But even that movie is more enjoyable to watch than this reboot, in my opinion, because at least there was the fight scenes were still amped up. You got the techno behind it. The score is super important. Some maybe like I don't know, people like rock music, but they need something to hype up the fight scenes. If it's just a generic orchestra scoring the movie, it's not gonna get the fans hyped up at all. Every scene, every Mortal Kombat scene with Liu Kang, the original, was peak. It just doesn't get better than that. I hope it's good. I hope Mortal Kombat 2 is good. What do you guys think about Mortal Kombat 2? Let me know in the comment sections, and let's talk about it. Because it is Mortal Kombat. Maybe they will do a better job at this time around. Maybe they hurt us. Maybe they won't bring back Cole. They probably will. But maybe they won't. We never know.